Hi everyone. Um, Welcome to another tarot reading sponsored by Saint Tarot. I know we normally do the pick a card readings on the channel and sometimes the zodiac readings, but I felt particularly called to do this reading today. Um, and before we get started, I just want to preface this by saying I don't usually do these type of readings, okay? I'm not, and this is not to say anything about anyone else, but I will do deceased related readings for clients on a, you know, a like at my discretion, right? If I feel like it's right to do it. Um but putting it out in this way on YouTube and just in public, it was something that I've gone back and forth with myself about. Um, and actually, I wasn't even going to do this, but these past couple of days, since the news, came out about Takeoff passing away or just being killed, it it's been on me really heavy to do the reading. And even before I hit record, I mean, I've just been kind of like pacing around, just trying to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Um, because it's just something that I just want to be sure that I'm doing the right thing for. But I know that I am. So let me go ahead and get that off of there. So I say all of that to say, my intention with this is to just shed light on what Takeoff may want to say. And I know that may sound weird if you're not a very spiritual person. It may be like, what? If you just clicked on this because you saw a Takeoff, just watch and you'll see. But then we're going to get into it in a second, but I just feel the need to say this as well. So I became an official fan of the Migos because of Takeoff. I knew about the Migos in the beginning, the Versace, everything, all of that. But I really became a fan when T-Shirt dropped. And that was the time that I really saw Takeoff in this way that was very like, I don't know, he was very polished. I really liked his sound. And at that time, I was going through a lot of struggles. And his verse in particular really motivated me. Like it really extremely motivated me, from T-shirt to call casting. I even listened to his album that he dropped by himself. um it's just, I became a fan of the Migos because of Takeoff. I enjoyed all of them. I still will listen to their music to this day, but even now when I listen to Hotel Lobby, it's just, I don't know, I'm not fangirling because I'm not that girl, but I'm just saying I felt this one. Okay, I felt this one. I really did. So God, please forgive me if I'm not doing what I need to be doing, or if I'm not honoring the dead in a proper way, but this is my intention of doing it. Because if this were to have happened to me, God forbid, I would want a microphone. I would want a voice. I would want to say things. And I'm not claiming myself to be the almighty knowing person and Takeoff is in the room with me giving me all of these messages to you guys, but I intend on tapping into his energy, and we're going to see what comes out here. Okay, so I'm done ranting, so now let's get into it. And keep in mind, you will hear some silence throughout the reading. Okay, and I'm telling you guys, I was rejecting the idea of doing this reading, but I'll share the story in the description of what really pushed me to do it. So feel free to read it if you'd like. I don't know if this is something that I'm going to do repeatedly. Obviously, hopefully I won't have to do this. Hopefully rappers will just like stop getting killed and like murdered and stuff. But we don't live in a perfect world. So I wrote out some questions and we're going to tap in, and then I will share the channeled messages that I got before hitting record. Okay, so the first question is, relating to Takeoff, what And this is going to be a little weird, but I'm going to refer to him in as if he was here, okay? So, Takeoff, what is it that you want people to know about you? Who were you really? Okay, so we've got the Page of Cups. So let me be silent for a second. He didn't take things so seriously. You know, he really believed that whatever is meant to happen will happen. Like, he was the type of person that didn't hold grudges, that didn't look at the world as a mean, evil, scary place. Like, he believed in, like, if it's something that you really want to do, if it's a dream that you want to come true, all you have to do is like do what you have to do to make your dreams come true. I'm saying it's like he saw himself, or he's explaining himself to be someone that believed in his dreams and that believes in following your dreams. Like, that was something that he taught himself, or that he picked up along the way in his childhood. I'm going to pull some more on this, but I'm also getting the energy of, I feel like he was spiritual in a way, but he didn't like to share it too much, because this is the Page of Cups. So it's not really all that developed. He had a knack for spirituality. He may even have had dreams throughout his life, especially in his childhood, that, you know, came true. I feel like I don't think he shared it with many people, but I do feel like he was spiritually gifted in some way. But I feel like he didn't know it. He just kind of felt it. He didn't really understand it, but there is some sort of a spiritual gift that he had that he didn't really tell anyone about. Like, it almost feels like prophetic. He was very shy. He knew himself to be very shy. It's something that he kind of wished that he wasn't. He used to, as a kid, he would wish that he was more like bold and loud and confident, but as he got older, it became more of something that he was comfortable with, something that he embraced more, and something that I'm hearing that helped my dreams to come true, because I didn't really want to be all like in the crowds, or all like around the city or around my neighborhood. Like, I was kind of like, I just wanted to be around my family and my friends. I didn't want to be that dude that was like super known. That was never my intention. I just wanted my dreams to come true. That's what I'm hearing. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna pull two more cards. Tell us a little bit more, Takeoff, about who you really were, who you saw yourself as, who your friends and your family saw you as. You got the Page of Wands. It's like he was very, very young at heart. He was a big kid. It didn't take a lot. I'm hearing it didn't take a lot for me to be happy or for me to have fun. Like, I want to be silent for a second, guys. Hold on. Rap isn't the only thing that I wanted to do. Like, I didn't want to do that forever. That's what I'm hearing. As something that he wants people to know about him, that he had other dreams, he had other plans. I'm hearing more dreams, more plans for myself. I was more than just a rapper. I was more than just what people thought I was. I just needed I hate to be that person that says it, but I just needed a little bit more time. He always felt like he didn't really fit in, but it never made him feel inferior. This is something that he viewed himself as, or that his family and friends viewed him as. Like someone who again, someone like as a child, I feel like he was the type of child that didn't mind playing by himself, or if he saw another child playing by themselves, like he was drawn to the outcast. It's like he wanted everybody to feel included. He didn't want anyone to feel small. He didn't want anyone to feel, not when he was around. He didn't want anybody to see him as like this super rich, successful person. Like I feel like there's a huge humility here, but also a confidence, a quiet confidence, but a gigantic sense of humility and not looking at himself as better than anyone before and even after the fame. There's a love for children here too, as part of like who he really was. Like he really loved children, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like maybe that was kind of like his next plan. He wanted to have a family, or I feel like he wanted something more. Again, I keep hearing music wasn't my only dream. Like I feel like he really wanted like a family. He really wanted to like move away, have a family, settle down, and nobody really know about him. I don't think he really liked the fame. That's what I'm seeing. I don't think he really liked the fame. The fame gave him anxiety. The fame made him uncomfortable. One more card. Takeoff, what do you want people to know about you? Ooh. Oh my goodness. This, you see how that card bent up, honey? Okay, we've got the Hermit. I'm going to be silent for a second. I'm hearing, every time I thought about my future, I would never, it's like I could never think this is, I'm going to channel this, guys. So just, I'm going to talk as if I'm him, okay? Whenever I thought about my future, I would always get confused. Like I would never be like 100% sure of like what was next for me. So I kind of knew I probably wouldn't live long, but I didn't know time would go so fast. I felt alone for most of my life, but I got used to it. I really wanted, ooh, Jesus. Hold on, y'all. This is giving like, you see the energy or just the imagery here. It's just giving like major like God energy. So I feel like he was trying to get closer to God before his death. He wanted to, I wanted to be closer with God. I always, and I feel like it has something to do with his grandmother, like teaching him like certain values and stuff about like, it's something about prayer here. There's this energy of him. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I'm sorry for the pauses, you guys, but I'm trying to like stay tuned in and hear and listen. There's an energy, it's like him wanting to know that he was a person that believed in God. Like I feel like that's coming through very strong. Like I almost want to cough. Like he's saying like, I always believe in God. Like I I didn't do it for money. I didn't do it for fame. I didn't do it for, clout, or I didn't do it for XYZ. Like, I don't, and honestly, I feel like he's trying to say like this this is just so hard for me to do, because it's like I don't want it to be like weird, but this is the energy of him saying like this this isn't no Illuminati, no conspiracy theories about it. It's like he's wanting people to know. Okay, thank you. He's wanting people to know, like, him, his group, all of that. I don't even want to like name drop, but y'all know what group he was in. They weren't into the dark stuff like people may theorize. He's saying we believed in God. I believe in God. This is something that happened, and we'll get more into his experience on the other side and things like that. But this energy. He wants people to know that he believes in God, that he wasn't like, I don't know, he had morals. He wants people to know that he had morals, that he stood for things. He wasn't just a money chaser, a fame chaser, a clout chaser. He wasn't a dummy. He wasn't just mm, mm. Hold on, y'all. I've never really been afraid of death. That's what I'm hearing. I've never really been afraid of death. This energy is kind of, it's not melancholy. It's very, again, wise. The hermit represents wisdom. It's like this person knew. I feel like he's trying to say, I knew it was going to happen. Like, I knew it was going to happen. Like, he had a feeling. Mm. One card, make it clear. Takeoff. Who were you really? What do you want people to know about who you were, based on what your family, your friends, and yourself knew about yourself? It says polar bear. Stand up for yourself and speak truth. Speak your truth respectfully and compassionately, with no attachment to outcome. He was the voice of reason to his family members. Like, he was the one that would, he had a way of encouraging people. Like, he was the person that people would come to when they're down. It's like people really valued what he had to say. People really, it's like he didn't say much, but when he did speak, I'm talking about like his one-on-one conversations, like people really felt like they could trust him, like they could confide in him. And he was kind of like everybody's dad in a way. I don't know. It's really weird. It's like there's this fatherly energy here. That's funny. He was really big on respect, showing it, giving it and receiving it. It's that was his main thing, respect. He didn't care if you had $1 or $100 million. Like, he saw everybody the same. Respect everybody the same. He didn't care about skin color. He didn't care about none of that. He was all about like respecting. And I feel like he respects like all forms of life in a way. I'm not even trying to make him out to be this, because again, I don't know Takeoff personally, obviously, but this is what I'm picking up on. It's like there's a um He didn't want to be the bad guy. He didn't want to be the tough guy even. He didn't want to be the mean guy. He was intentional, you know, with this Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Hermit, the polar bear. He was intentional about like trying to be a good person. And I feel like he had a strong belief that when you do good, good things happen to you. And he feels like he didn't really listen. He didn't really take his own advice, or he didn't really practice what he preached at times. But I'm here, I knew better. I'm gonna be honest. This energy, if we just talk about, if we take names out of it, y'all, and we look at energy, this is not the energy of somebody that feels like, you know, this was done to me and woe is me and this is someone else's fault. This is like accountability. This is not accountability for his own death, but accountability for like knowing certain things and maybe not trusting his own intuition, maybe not. Yeah. Because here at the bottom of the deck, it says you're too immersed in this situation. So step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. Yeah, it's like he realizes, or I'm not going to say it in that way, but there's this energy here of him wanting to know that, wanting people to know, regardless of if you're a fan, a friend, a family member, whoever, whatever, that he knew it was the end before the end even came. He just didn't know when the time would come. And again, when we go back to these dreams, I really do feel like there's this energy, and obviously he's not here to, you know, mirror this or to echo the sentiment, but I feel like he was having dreams of his own death for a while. And I feel like it has to do with his own spiritual gifts. But again, I don't think he was fully aware of his gifts, but I think he knew that he knew certain things before they happened. And I feel like this passed down from like his maybe even his mother's side. But he always knew he was different. He always knew things that no one taught him. And this made him curious about God, but he didn't really connect with God until he became older. Like he prayed, you know, throughout his life, but not like repeatedly, just every once in a while. But I feel like there was a strong desire, like in his late 20s, you know, obviously he passed away at age 28, but like, you know, past age 25, 26, 27, 28, that's when he started getting closer to God. And it's just a real strong energy of him wanting people to know that he believed in God. I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't, what he wants people to know, again, he doesn't hold grudges. He isn't like, oh, I'd be mad as hell. But this is the energy of someone who's not mad. It says stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. This is the energy of someone who is trying to make peace with what's happened to them. And that's what I'm hearing. This is what he's wanting people to know, that he's trying to make peace with what has happened to him. He doesn't blame anyone. And he had a feeling that it was going to happen. He just didn't know when. He just didn't know how. And there is this gratitude even here for what he was able to do in this life with this Hermit card. There is this deep, deep knowing and understanding. that he was very blessed, even though he met his demise. There's a great sense of gratitude in terms of what he wants people to know, like who he really was. He was somebody who, again, it didn't take much to make him happy. It didn't take much to make him feel like blessed or thankful. I just feel like this is the energy of a person that really doesn't ask for much, and who felt like they were blessed 10 times over. And I really do feel like he's trying to say this energy of like rap wasn't really what he really wanted to do anymore. He wanted to live a quieter life. He wanted to go his own way. Eventually, he wasn't in a rush to do that. But eventually, it's like, I'm just hearing, I didn't care about the fame. I didn't care about the money. I liked what the money could allowed me to afford. I liked not having to be in the situation that I was in before I became successful. But I was uncomfortable. Whew, okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question, and it's gonna focus on what does Takeoff want people to know about his death. Now, I'm not gonna be solving no nothing right here. This is just on a spiritual level. We're tapping into the energy, the spirit, the essence of Takeoff. And again, not solving any murders, none of that. All right, because that is not my job. All right, so I clear the energy for Takeoff. And I'm saying his stage name because I didn't know him personally. And that's the energy that is amplified in the universe for him. That's what people know him as. So I'm going to continue to say that. But I clear the energy for Takeoff. I clear the energy for Takeoff. What do you want people to know about your death? Only you really know those final moments for yourself. What is it that you want people to know about your death? Not as though people are entitled to know anything, but just if there's anything, what do you want people to know about your death? We've got the Seven of Cups. And keep shuffling. The Page of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. I was distracted. I clear the energy. I'm going to pull 6 more cards. Two of Wands. Oh, you guys can't even see those up top. Okay. Hold up. I forgot these cards are bigger. So we'll just do 2 more cards. What do you want people to know about your death? 7 of Pentacles. And Justice. Okay, I'm going to be silent for a second. I was gonna leave because I was tired, but I didn't want to leave the people I was with there because I had a feeling. But this feeling wasn't that I was gonna pass away or anything. It was more of I just didn't want to leave. Something told me not to leave, but I was going to. It was too many people. I just wanted to get something to eat and chill. But I didn't want to leave. Something told me not to leave. I didn't really know what was going on. That's why I didn't run. I was trying to figure out what was going on. I didn't think it was that serious. Something told me to call my mom, but we were busy, and I thought I could do it later. I wonder what would have happened if I would have left. That's what I'm hearing. What do you want people to know about your death? Peace. I didn't I didn't I didn't feel it. What do you want people to know about your death? Beyond the mind, the heart beats. I didn't feel it. I wasn't in pain. But I did feel my heart slow down. But I wasn't by myself. So I wasn't scared when my heart slowed down. I still heard the people in the room for a little bit. Mm. Mm. One final card. What do you want people to know about your death? Forgiveness. I'm hoping y'all can see that because I can't see the screen. I'm telling y'all, it's this energy of not being upset. And I really do feel like this energy is like trying to make peace with it. Give me 1 second, y'all. I feel like he heard. He was still conscious, like for a little bit. And obviously that's how it is, you know, like until someone actually like takes their last breath. But I just feel like there's this energy of, while I'm attempting to tap into Takeoff's energy, of this spirit saying, like, this energy being forgiven. And it's like he could hear the distress. He could hear it. And I really do feel like, and only the person that would have been close enough to know would know, but I feel like he wanted to say something. But it obviously it couldn't come out. And it's an energy of forgiveness. It's not a it's okay, because no one's okay with, you know, that. But it's just this energy of, it's like there's this he was worried about someone else. It's like, even though he knew he couldn't really breathe, and he was still conscious in terms of hearing the environment and what was being said to him and how he was trying to hold on, he knew he couldn't hold on. And it's like he wanted to say, I'm sorry, to someone. This is just very sad. My goodness. It's like he wanted to say something, and it has something to do with I'm sorry, or if someone was saying this to him, it's like he wanted to be like, he knows it was an accident. Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna have to cry it out after this reading, because I mean, literally, it doesn't feel like he's holding any grudges, or that and I'm talking about his spirit. This doesn't feel like an angry spirit. This feels like he was more, in those final moments, less concerned with himself. This is what he wants people to know about his death. Less concerned with himself, and just there was something he wanted to say. And I'm going to get to the saying, the messages and things like that, because I'll get to that in a second. But there was something that he wanted to say that he didn't get to say. What he wants people to know about his death is that he knew it was coming. Let's move on to the next one, okay? And obviously this is not a reading that I'm going to rush. So if you guys want to skip through certain parts, you can. But I'm going to keep going in this natural flow. All right. So Takeoff. I call on the energy of Takeoff. I call on the soul energy of Takeoff with the intention of just shedding a light on what you may want to say, how you feel, How is your soul? Oh, this sounds just so creepy asking, but I don't know how else to ask it. As I call on the energy of Takeoff, what is your soul's experience right now after your passing? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? I don't know if you guys believe in reincarnation, but this is definitely a sentiment of that. It's almost like an echo of a belief that when one life ends, another one begins. This is about being born again in the literal sense and in the figurative sense. You guys can clearly see what that means. He's dreaming. You know how they say, like, when you pass, like, it's like you're in a deep sleep, but it's like, and I think about how, like, the baby in the womb is in this like REM level of consciousness, this deep, deep subconscious energy that is sleep-like, that is dream-like, you know. Obviously, he's not conscious because he's not here anymore in the physical, but on a soul level, what his experience is the Hanged Man. He, again, is trying to make peace with it. He is about to enter into a new life cycle. That's what I'm seeing here. And the Hanged Man is about letting go. You know, it's almost like the energy of the snake shedding its skin, a metamorphosis. You know, the Hanged Man comes before the Death card, which is transformation. So I feel like there's definitely the rebirth hasn't happened. This is just, again, this feels really weird saying, but it just is what it is. He hasn't been reborn yet, but this is saying like he's going to be born again. But I'm definitely getting this energy of him kind of being in this dreamlike state of kind of like processing his whole life, his entire life, not his death, but it's like just this, like, you know, not flashback type of energy, but it's this constant dreamlike experience of reflecting upon his life from childhood until his passing, making peace with it for one, and kind of waiting for a new cycle, a new life cycle. I don't even put too much stock in the idea of purgatory, but I am hearing that. Yeah, there's like this waiting energy, the Knight of Pentacles. And look at that. I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta say it. Everyone knows Takeoff's hair is long as heck. And here we've got that. So he's still... Oh my goodness. And I don't know if you guys have seen. Remember I talked about t-shirt? Watch the t-shirt video by the Migos and look at their attire. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. I was even... No, I'm not even going to go too deep into that. But he isn't gone. If you're spiritual enough to understand what I'm saying, he's not gone yet. He may not be in the physical, but he's not gone yet. What is your soul's experience now that you've passed away in the physical? The Empress, I'm telling you, we've got the Hanged One and we've got the Empress. I'm telling you, there's going to be some sort of rebirth, or he's sharing some sort of a message about reincarnation. I don't know, y'all, but that's clear as day. And I also feel like he's near his mother. There's like a mother figure here that he's with. Oh my goodness. He's with a woman that passed away previously. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. We've got the Death card. We've got the Six of Cups. He's with family. Maybe even a grandfather, or like he's with family. That's what I'm hearing. I keep forgetting you guys can't see the cards up there. I'm sorry. I mean, this reading really has me a little discombobulated. I don't even know if that's the word right now. Seriously. One more card. Yeah, he's definitely still around. Look at that. He is definitely still around. And obviously, you know, we've never met him, but, you know, who's to say if a family member may watch this or not, or whatever. You know, there's definitely this energy of him being present. One more card. What is your experience like now that you have passed away? Seven of Wands. Again, this is given like purgatory energy, but again, it's not like the scary version of purgatory. It's like, I feel like it has to do with like his belief or something. He may have had like I don't know. I'm getting the energy of Ma'at, how your heart has to be as light as a feather. So I definitely feel, again, and when we go back to the messages earlier of him like not being the type of person that holds grudges, or is like hateful or spiteful or unforgiving towards people. It's like this energy of his heart feeling as light as a feather. Him being in the process of making peace with it. Him, you know, coming to terms with it even. Look at this imagery here. But I do feel like he's in limbo, which echoes that energy of him not being completely gone in the spirit. And obviously that's what spirit is, right? We do that every day with these readings. We tap in to that fourth and fifth dimension energy. But I definitely feel like he's just on a different, and this is not me trying to perpetrate any sort of like agenda here. This is just what I'm feeling energetically. It feels like he's in some sort of a gray area, a dimension where he still has some sort of sense of himself as Takeoff, as who he really was, right? He still feels like himself, only he's not in the physical. He's in a different realm where he's able to be with certain family members that have passed. You can call it heaven, you can call it what you want to call it, but this doesn't really feel like heaven. And no, I'm not saying it's hell either, but it's again, it's kind of like this this other place where he feels comfortable and where he's having to come to terms with what's happened. And you see this huge white light here. And then you see this light beaming behind him, right? He hasn't passed over yet. Psychic development. Ooh. Unlimited possibilities. Inner journey. He's on some sort of a journey. Oh my goodness. Like he's like walking. It's like he's watching his life play out. It's like he's in some sort of a process with this integration here of transformation. And again, we've got home. He hasn't passed over yet. But I feel like what's going on with him, his experience, and I'll pull one more card just to make it clear, but it feels like he's kind of looking at his life in reverse. It's like he's like watching the movie of his life, and I don't feel like he has any regrets. It's like he's in the process of passing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, you guys, but for me to see what I'm about to show you at the bottom of the deck, can y'all see it? It's all good. Baby, I ain't no preacher man or nothing. But if you've been thinking about getting right with God, getting right with whatever you call it, get right with it. Inner journey. I'm telling you, he's inside of himself spiritually. Like he's in his dreamlike state. Like seeing himself like walk through his life and replaying it and making peace with it. That's what's happening. And with that message of it's all good, transformation, he's going through a process. It's like, again, the caterpillar turning into the butterfly, and the butterfly is representing some sort of a new life. We've got number one, movement into balance, perception, forgiveness. He's with some sort of a family member that's helping him to process things. That's what I'm picking up on. Hey, I'm not God. Only God knows himself, but that is what I'm seeing. Okay. All right, so we're going to close this out with the messages just in general. So I'm going to start by conveying what I did channel before I actually hit record. So he wants to make sure that his mother is okay. I feel like that is I feel like that's a part of what he wanted to say in his final breath. It's a part of just kind of what he's holding on to. And obviously I just cannot even imagine what his mother could be going through right now. And I wouldn't even want to be in her shoes in any way, shape, or form to experience it. But it's like he's wanting to make sure, it's like this concern about his mother and wanting to make sure that she's okay financially. And obviously he can't console her in the physical. So there's just like this, there is this, I don't know if she has some sort of a health problem or something like that, but there's a concern that I'm picking up on with him when it comes to his mother, making sure that she's okay all together, like overall, but in a great sense financially. Wanting to make sure that she's okay financially is like a really big thing here that I'm picking up on. And another thing that had just came into my energy about this before I even started the reading was him wanting, obviously Quavo may never watch this ever in a lifetime. But it's like to his family, and I'm hearing to my brothers. I don't even know if he called them that or whatever, but I'm hearing to my brothers, keep doing it. Keep making the music until you don't want to make it anymore. It's how we made it out. Don't stop making music. That's all that I'm hearing with that. Don't stop making music. It's how we made it out. And I'm hearing something about releasing his music and the royalties or something like that going to his mother or something. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing about that. Okay. So what are the final messages that you want to share before we close out your reading? Takeoff. The energy of Takeoff. What are the final messages that you want to share? Okay, I'm going to pull one card from each of these decks and go from there. What is the final message that you want to share? What is the final message that you want to share? What is the final message that you want to share? All right, one more. What is the final message that you want to share? No? Okay. We'll keep shuffling. Okay. So we've got the Star. Masculine energy. Take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing your striving. Heaven sent. Listening. Let me be silent for a second, y'all. I don't want to be like cliche or just like typical or anything, but I am hearing thank you for listening to my music. Thank you for supporting. I am hearing that. Take it how you want to take it, but that's what I'm hearing. Let me see what else is here. Don't believe everything that y'all are hearing. My dream came true. And that's what I was here to do. That's all I can really say. I'm going to end it off with what he would say if he could, in addition to this, because that was on my list, so I just want to honor it. So I call him the energy of Takeoff. I didn't know him personally, but his music motivated me. I appreciated how, I don't know, I related to his quietness, his shyness, his reserved ways. And again, his verse and t-shirt, it got me through some really trying times. Like it motivated me in the gym. It motivated me to get money. It motivated me on the business level, on so many levels. I listened to that song. It was like a mantra. So I just say all of that to say that before we close out this reading, I don't know if I'll do many more of these because this is kind of like taking a toll on me emotionally, especially considering I don't even know him personally, but it's beautiful to see, just energetically, if anything, that there's not any anger here. And there's just a great sense of gratefulness or just gratitude for what he was able to do with the time that he had. And that is just extremely beautiful to tap into that type of energy. So I tap into the energy of Takeoff. If you could say something just in general at this time with everything that has happened, what would you say? We've got reunion of souls. Stripping illusions. Letting go. Changes. Two more. Integration. Joy. Don't regret anything. I don't regret anything. I would do it all over again. This is literally on the bottom of the deck. Why did that come out? Yeah, there's definitely, he's going to be reborn. I'm going to tell you that. Because we got the sexual energy at the bottom. Divine timing. But I don't feel like that's going to happen right away. I know that this is typically what people say when people pass, but I do really truly feel like he's watching over certain family members in particular, because I feel like that's kind of like how he was in his waking life, in his the life he was living. Just again, when we go back to that polar bear energy of somebody that really cared for other people, it's like this, you know, Papa Bear type energy. So I definitely feel like he would say, I'm still here. And even though I'm not there in the physical, I would do it all over again. And I don't want to be buried. I don't want to be in the ground. So thank you everybody for watching. Um, if this is your first time on the channel, I can't promise that I'll be doing these type of readings all the time, like when people pass away, because it's just like too much. And again, I do tap into, you know, the deceased, like if you ever want to connect with the loved one that has passed, but I do that at my own discretion because it is very taxing emotionally. So nonetheless, I thank you all for watching. I send you guys so much love, and um, my prayers and my condolences go out to Takeoff's family, his friends. I don't know these people personally, but on a human level, it's not hard to have empathy, especially with what happened to him and how, you know, just tragic the whole thing is. So I send you all love. I pray that you all be safe and in good spirits. And I hope that, you know, this inspires you to maybe just kind of like go visit your past loved one, you know, go take some flowers to their grave, or, you know, if they've been cremated or something like that, just kind of go sit with them or something, you know, just reconnect with those who have passed on. Um, and I will chit chat with you in my next video. Bye.